How's everybody doing? This is Yanko Maceda, founder of Tabanero Cigars, where we believe in the enjoyment of craftsmanship. This is second or third batch of La Rola making cigars. I had 3 cigars yesterday, Saturday, of her last batch, number 6, and I couldn't show any right here. Today's Sunday because I smoked them. And they were perfect. They were celebrating at Disla factory how much she accomplished in such a short time, learning how to making cigars Nicaraguan style. I'm extremely impressed. She doesn't stop surprising me. My wife doesn't stop surprising me. And yesterday we were invited by the Disla family to Vendimia to have dinner. And Maestro Esteban Disla, master roller, a master blender, master roller. He said, "Hey Yanko, you have any more of the last Lorena's batch?" And I said, "Yeah." And he was impressed. He was impressed too. The construction, ash, draw, he was impressed. It was an exciting week. This past week, it was an exciting week. We had monumental achievements at the factory box. And you ask yourself why I've been hesitating to do changes to improve for so long that they're being right in front of my nose. And what I mean by that, it's process, different procedures, how to use your laser cutters. For the longest, and I'm going to share with you guys about the laser cutter process achievement that we just got recently on the box shop. First of all, let's light up this cigar. This coming week, it's my last week right here in Estelí, Nicaragua for 2025. We go back to the U.S., to my hometown, Tampa, Florida, next weekend. So we're gonna be in Tampa last week of October, so I get to celebrate my older son's birthday, Sebastián Maceda, so my little kids can get to celebrate Halloween. They missed it last year because we were here, so they're eager to celebrate Halloween, and that makes me really proud. That they will always keep alive their culture. They're Americans. They were born in the U.S. And so I'm excited that I can give them that possibility. I understand that in Nicaragua, we are blessed. When people see that we can go back and forth as we please, it's a blessing. And it's a blessing thanks to you guys. Thanks to you guys that really appreciate what we do, that really understand our purpose to serving you guys with a good product, a good experience. So going back for the holidays, being with you guys, being with the family, it is a blessing thanks to you guys. Thank you very much. Thank you. So this was an exciting week. We had 2 meetings with the team. We talked about, again, the sense of ownership. We talk again about they being young, they have to understand that God put us on earth to find our purpose, and that whatever they're doing in the factory, besides helping the whole operation to serve you guys with the best, they also building good habits that they will last forever. They will make their life a lot more simple. Not easy, but they will make their life a lot simple that will prepare them for life. And they understood. They understood. We were going to deliver some aging crate for the diesel factory, and they came out really good, but they still had glue residuals on the corners. And one of them said, "Hey, bossman, we can't deliver those boxes. They're not clean yet." And I was like, "Wow, it's working. Whatever I'm doing, it's not probably doesn't work with everybody, but if I can save one or two, I'll be extremely happy. I'll be extremely happy." So I was happy, and they stopped delivering that. So I was really happy. This is nothing complex. This is my wife learning how to make cigars. So there's only 3 tobaccos in here, and it still is. It's well done. The construction, the taste, it's balanced, even that it doesn't have any complexity. It tastes a lot as Humetepe and Condega. And I'm really excited that you guys gonna get to try these different tobaccos at the shop by the hands of La Rola to make the cigar for you guys. The sorullos, the little cigars for you guys to try the blend, and at the end we will try the whole cigar completely finished. This trip to Nicaragua, this time coming here, it was challenging. It was challenging, the same as the last one, and the same as the one before. But every trip, I learn more from their culture. I learn more to understand what really motivate them. I learned that in here, it's not as much money. It's not as much money because they have a different standards, and whatever goal they see on their phone, they see it pretty far. So they are not really motivated by money. They're motivated by a good environment, better procedures, better work techniques to make their day simpler. You can see on Fridays that by 5, we still have half an hour, and by 5:10, they already learn to start cleaning the whole factory. I have shared with them that in the morning, your first achievement is to make the bed. That's what sets your day in the morning, to make your bed, and that will give you a little bit of feeling of fulfillment, and that will help with the rest of the day, getting things done to feel better about yourself, about your life. So I tell them, we making our bed on Fridays when we're leaving. We clean our areas, but on Friday we go all out. We clean the factory like almost like it's brand new. Like we're gonna start new on Monday, because I tell them, you spend time during the weekend relaxing. I don't know, probably some of you guys drink. You want to come back on Monday to a place that you come in and you feel good. You feel good that everything's organized, that everything it's clean, and that sets the mood for your week. And they got it. On this trip, they got it. Of me emphasizing all the time how important it is to start in a place that makes you feel good. We organize the anti-fatigue floor mats. They love it. So we have a good team. I just have to have better communication this time, because I learned that our weakest point, it's on a screen printing and painting. Those are our weakest point. Everything else is working beautifully. The cobalt arm to glue, it's almost done, and I'm so happy. The cobalt arm, I haven't shared videos yet, but it's taking 20 seconds to add glue to a box. If right now the waiting time on home base is 30 seconds of the robot. And then from those 30 seconds, he doesn't come back to this operator, he goes to the other operator. So 30 plus 20 with the other operator, that person had 50 seconds to assemble his box and put it in the conveyor. That's gonna be freaking fast. A lot less cleaning because it's precise, he's putting glue on the places that he needs to. So I keep listening to my mentors. I keep, I'm trying to stay informed with Invicta chips. I try to stay informed with Elon Musk, one of my mentors. And you probably say, wow, this guy is crazy. He's making cigar boxes and he's comparing himself with, something monumental. I get it, but that's my motivation. I came here to change an industry. Because, and why here in Nicaragua? Because Nicaragua has changed the industry. Cigars, so packaging is really behind in Nicaragua, so I came here to change that industry. And I'm also going to change a little bit, shape a little bit the way the cigars are made. From the artisan side, I want to make it a little more simpler for the artisan to make cigars. And I'm working on it, and I'm really, really enjoying it. I feel like the Elon Musk of the industry. I'm not the first one. I know I'm not the first ones. There are brilliant people who have taken this industry to another level. Brilliant people. The Oliva family, Oliva tobacco family, the Oliva cigars, engineers from all these companies, AJ Fernandez, Pepin Garcia, they have took this industry to another level. I'm not an engineer, but I want to take it to another level. That's my legacy, to leave a better industry, a better world when I go to another space in the universe. So that's what fuels my drive. So this week we discover, I saw videos, I've been seeing these videos forever about laser cutters and airflow. How much suction of the smoke comes out when you're cutting, and how much compressed air or is flowing through the nose of the laser to cool down the laser, and also not to have any smoke marks on the bottom or the top of the wood, because you got to do a lot of sanding at the bottom. So when you put the box together, you don't see those smear smoke inside of the box. The customer doesn't like it. I don't like. To me, it looks artistic, but the customer doesn't like it to have a smear smoke. If the cigars are naked and you have that smear smoke, it will probably put a little bit of that smoky into the cigar. So I get it, I understand. And I've been watching a lot of videos about changing your small Chinese compressor. Remember, these are Chinese laser cutters, and they come with a 700 CFM exhaust fans. They work good. You just got to clean it every 6 months. They make a lot of noise, but they extract a lot of air, better than anything that I've seen out there in the market for that kind of pricing. But I don't know. I guess I wasn't thinking out of the box when it comes to the compressed air. I was being old-minded, that, well, you came to the world and this is how it's supposed to be. And I'm always being opposite to that. It doesn't have to be like that. You always got to be innovating. And it took me almost 12 years to accept that I needed to change the compressed air. There's many videos out there showing how you can connect your machine to a compressor, 60-gallon compressor, 100-gallon compressor, and brace and lower the pressure. You can do it at a check valve close to the machine, or you can do it on the compressor. If that compressor is going to be just strictly for the laser machines, you got to be at 30 psi. 30 is the number. Well, we went and did the installation. We watched the video how to set up light burn to accept air assist. And God, it was like God, when we did the testing with that amount of air, 30 psi is going through the nozzle of the laser, and it opens every time you start cutting. It's when it opens, because you have to install a solenoid, connect it to the controller. It's, you know, for someone that doesn't been involved into this, they'll be scared to death to do it. But me and my guy that I've been training, that I'm really proud of him, Bayardo, he's getting it. He's getting how I do things. And in the second machine, he did it himself. So when we go ahead and install it on the first machine, a lot of nutmeg on this Condega practicing cigar. Wow. So when we started the machine and the air was, and we went and cut a square, it wasn't like melting, it wasn't burning hot. It was like a laser beam going, it's a laser beam, but it was like, and the piece dropped like that. And we were not even calibrating the height. We just did whatever height was there. And we both went like, wow. Because we always having a lot of trouble with 9mm thickness. We always work with 3mm for the top and bottom, 3mm of Okume plywood, and then the sides are 5.5. On those two, we are good. But the back of the box, it's almost 9mm, so we can make a cut on the top, and when you open the box, you can take the lid and put them on the back. So it looks, you know, so you can see the vista of the box. That, I came out with that idea. Me, always, you know, innovated. That's what I love about being an entrepreneurship, that I can execute my own ideas, and I don't have to ask anybody for permission, or I don't need a board to approve whatever craziness I want to do. So that's the biggest that I enjoy, serving others, able to execute my own ideas. So that 9mm, every time it was time to cut the 9mm piece, you know, Bayardo would get nervous because the machine's a struggle. The machine's a struggle. And I was thinking that because it was a 100 watts machine, that what I should do in the future is buying 350. The next step is 350 watts machines. They're a little bit more expensive. They have more power. You can cut 1-inch plywood. You can do, you know, furniture, tables with a 350. But for our surprise, we put the 9mm on the machine. We calibrated to the right height, 65mm from the top of the lance to the bottom. And when we hit play, when we hit start on the machine to cut a square, 1 inch by 1 inch, that laser went and the piece of drop. Oh my God, I was like, hallelujah. We were so happy. We were so happy. It was like, wow, you know, God finally is, you know, aligning things. It was amazing because it opens our mind. It gives us so much security in what we're doing, a certain that we're going in the right path of taking packaging to another level. I've been talking too much, but I'm enjoying it. So when we saw that, I was like, wow. And then the second machine, we didn't have the solenoid. It didn't arrive. I used a service that I order everything online. It goes to addresses in Miami. And that company, if I put on the label Mar, by the sea, it takes 15 days. If I put aire, air, it gets to me in 3 days. But you got to be on top of things because it does get here that fast, but it gets lost on their warehouse. So you got to be calling, hey, are you sure? Are you sure? So my wife went yesterday on Saturday to pick up something small that I thought it was a second solenoid, And no, it was something else. And then I checked after she left. I should have done it before. I checked the tracking with them, and they said, "Oh, Mr. Maceda, I was here. I'm sorry, we've been going crazy." I said, "God, my wife was there picking up something." "Oh, I'm sorry." But I told Bayardo, "Jump on the truck, go get them, because we're going to install the second machine." That second machine that I bought from a company in Texas, that I used them the first time to buy the smaller machine, the 80 watt that I had in Tampa, Florida, that I brought here. That company hasn't really impressed me with that bigger cabinet, with that bigger machine. It looks a lot more futuristic, a lot more advanced, but it has given me so much headaches with the controller, transformer, mirrors alignment. The last thing we find out yesterday, that machine, it was always smearing a lot of smoke when it was cutting. No matter what we did, it was always smearing a lot of smoke. We went and installed on that second machine the solenoid with the same 30 psi, and we tested without shooting the laser. We closed the lasers, but we hit a file to cut without laser. You can close them, hit play, hit start, and I put my fingers on there, and it had a good airflow, but it wasn't as strong as the other machine, number one, that it cut beautifully. Well, we disconnect the solenoid, we compare with the other solenoid, they were both drawing the same air. I told Bayardo, I think because of the hoses on this, they are a lot smaller. They're not a quarter of an inch. I think they were 3/8. They're a lot smaller. The airflow is less. I said, okay, that's probably what it is. We said, okay, fine, boom, it's less. We did some testing of cutting, and it cut beautifully too. It cut the 9mm. But when we installing the hoses, the new hoses that come from the compressor on the back of the cabinet, I made a hole enough for 2 hoses to go in. We file all the edges. We put hot glue so the hoses with the vibration don't break on that opening. I wish I had a rubber gasket to plug them in, but later. And Bayardo says, "Hey, boss man, the 2 rubber hoses, the original rubber hoses, through the hole they going inside of the cabinet is really small. They're pretty tight." I said, "Bayardo, you just discovered why we were always getting a lot of a smear smoke. The airflow, it was stranded. There was not a lot of air always coming through there. I paid $4,000 to the owner of the company to come down here and fix that machine. He couldn't fix it, and he couldn't figure it out that we were having those issues with the hoses. I feel like I just waste $4,000 bringing that guy here to fix that machine, and he couldn't fix it. We finally fixed the machine ourselves. I learned that I would never do that again, bringing someone from so far, charging me so much money when something that I'm certainly sure that I can fix. I said, "Yanko, you gotta believe more in yourself. All you had to do is to learn how to measure voltage on the controller and realize that the controller was not on all the time, and you will know the controller was faulty. Order the controller for $100, install the controller, check what was happening with the airflow, and save yourself $4,000. Go on vacation with your family with those $4,000. But live and learn. Live and learn." So we finally fixed the airflow. Now it's 30 psi. Now both machines, they're Cadillacs. They're working beautifully. We aligned the mirrors, we cleaned the lenses, and both machines with double heads. Now we can push, 50,000. We can cut 50,000 boxes in a month with those 2 machines. I'm so happy that I'm leaving, and both machines are top notch. I don't know if the robot is going to be finished by the time I leave, or if it's finished, I'm not going to be able to test it. but I think we are really close. We are really close with the robot and the program, the gluing program. I'm the first individual with a gluing program for U-Factory cobalt arms that they're between $5,000 to $8,000 compared to Fanuc, compared to Universal Robotics. Those are $80,000 to $120,000. So I'm doing the same thing with a lot less money because it's cigar boxes. If I buy an $120,000 cobalt arm to glue the boxes, you're gonna be charged for your cigars an extra $1.20 on just packaging, and that makes no sense. You wanna pay for your cigar for the craftsmanship, the branding, and the good tobacco. Good tobacco. You don't wanna pay for your cigars another dollar, another 75 cents because of packaging, because of box. To me, it doesn't make any sense. I can't get the box light up and smoke the box. That's my train of thought. And here, some companies, it's taking some time to understand it, but eventually they will understand it, that we're doing decent packaging, really nice, pretty economic, a lot less weight, a less sort of danger to the environment. So it's gonna get to their head, and they're gonna go, you know what? We need to change our ways. We need to change our ways. So I'm extremely excited. I will share with you guys next week. How was my last week and everything that I left in place, the things that I did. And I will share also about some new cigars that I'm just testing. It's a cigar for newer smokers. It's not Connecticut, it's Ecuadorian, sun-grown, really complex with umetepe. A lot of aroma, a distinct flavor, but most of it aroma for a younger smoker. I will share with you guys next week. Guys, thank you very much. My name is Yanko Maceda, founder of Tabanero Cigars, and I really enjoy my purpose. I'm becoming a different individual coming down here and improving my skills and improving this industry and serving you guys with the best of me. Happy Sunday.